Lastly, you see, Traore has become a hero to Professor. I and him will drink coffee about Traore. But he's doing two good things, that he becomes an international icon.
Our country has long been in a very complicated system. Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. Either we accept to fight or we remain slaves forever.
Hello buddy, welcome to my YouTube apartment known as Bright Tobias, your go channel for all global and Africa-related news and analysis. Today, we delve into a story that is reshaping the political landscape of Africa. Ibrahim Traore, the interim president of Burkina Faso, is not just transforming his nation, but is becoming a beacon of hope and inspiration across the continent. From the halls of the Namibian parliament to the streets of West Africa, his revolutionary agenda is gaining traction. But what exactly is driving this change? And how is it influencing other African nations? Here we would like to encourage you to send us a super thanks, super sticker, and join our membership group to watch all our exclusive videos right on our. And please do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel to keep getting our videos whenever we drop them. Let's continue. Ibrahim Traore's rise to power in September 2022 marked a pivotal moment for Burkina Faso. Born in 1988 in the small village of Kara, Traore's journey from a quiet, talented high school student to a military officer, and now the interim president, is nothing short of remarkable. His agenda is clear: to reclaim Burkina Faso's sovereignty, boost its economy, and fend off neo-colonial influences. One of his most significant moves has been the renegotiation of uranium deals with France. Previously, France was purchasing uranium from Burkina Faso for a mere $1 billion annually. Under Traore's leadership, this has skyrocketed to $85 billion. This staggering increase is not just a financial boost, but a statement of intent. Africa will no longer be exploited for its resources. Moreover, Traore has focused on building infrastructure, such as factories and agro-processing plants, to ensure that the wealth generated from these resources stays within the country. His administration has also taken bold steps against Western media outlets, labeling them as agents of neo-colonialism and expelling entities like Radio France International and France 24. This move underscores his commitment to controlling the narrative and protecting national interests. But it's not just about economics. Traore's vision includes promoting Pan-African unity and self-reliance, challenging the status quo, and inspiring a new generation of African leaders to prioritize their people over foreign interests. The ripple effects of Traore's revolution are being felt far beyond Burkina Faso's borders. Recently, a Namibian politician made headlines by praising Traore in parliament, echoing sentiments expressed by a Kenyan senator earlier. This cross-continental admiration is a testament to the growing recognition of Traore's leadership. In Namibia, the politician highlighted Traore's achievements, particularly his ability to transform Burkina Faso's economy and challenge neo-colonial powers. This praise is not isolated. Across Africa, leaders and citizens are watching closely as Traore's policies yield results. His success in renegotiating resource deals and expelling foreign influences has resonated with those who seek similar autonomy for their own nations. This admiration is part of a broader trend. Politicians from countries like Kenya, Nigeria, and even South Africa are beginning to acknowledge the potential of Traore's model. It's a model that prioritizes national interest, economic independence, and regional cooperation. The message is clear: Africa is waking up to the possibilities of self-determination. Namibia's recent actions further illustrate the continent's shifting dynamics. In a bold move, the Namibian president ordered the deportation of several Americans, a decision that has sparked international attention and domestic support. This action is seen as a direct challenge to neocolonial influences and alignment with the revolutionary spirit embodied by leaders like Ibrahim Traore. Namibia's history of resistance against colonialism, particularly during its struggle for independence from South African rule, provides context for this decision. The country has long been wary of foreign interference, and the deportation of Americans is perceived as a stand against perceived neocolonial practices. Political analysts suggest that Namibia's actions are not just reactive but part of a proactive strategy to assert sovereignty. By aligning with figures like Traore, Namibia is signaling its intent to join a growing movement against external domination. This movement is characterized by a rejection of exploitative economic practices, a demand for fair resource distribution, and a call for genuine partnership rather than subservience. The deportation incident, therefore, is more than a diplomatic spat. It's a declaration of Namibia's commitment to the principles of self-determination and regional solidarity that Traore champions. The revolution led by Ibrahim Traore is not confined to Burkina Faso or Namibia. It's shaping the entire continent of Africa. From west to east, and now south, a new narrative is emerging. Countries are reevaluating their relationships with former colonial powers and global superpowers, questioning the terms of trade, and demanding a fairer share of their resources. In West Africa, the influence of Traore's policies is evident in the actions of neighboring countries. Nations are increasingly looking inward, investing in local industries, and reducing dependency on foreign aid. This shift is fueled by a growing awareness of the potential for self-sufficiency and the realization that external powers have often prioritized their own interests over those of African nations. In East Africa, the praise from Kenyan politicians indicates a willingness to learn from Traore's model. Kenya, with its own challenges of corruption and foreign influence, sees in Traore a leader who is unafraid to challenge the status quo. This admiration is part of a broader conversation about what African leadership should look like in the 21st century. Even in southern Africa, countries like Namibia are taking bold steps to assert their independence. The deportation of Americans is a signal to the world that Africa is no longer willing to be a passive player in global politics. Instead, it's demanding a seat at the table on its own terms. This revolution is also inspiring a new generation of African citizens. Young people, in particular, are rallying behind leaders like Traore, seeing in him a symbol of resistance and hope. Social media has played a crucial role in amplifying this message, with hashtags like #AfricaRising and #TraoreRevolution trending across the continent. But this movement is not without its challenges. Opposition from Western powers, internal resistance, and the complexities of implementing radical change are significant hurdles. Yet the momentum is undeniable. Africa is at a crossroads, and the path chosen by leaders like Traore and supported by nations like Namibia could define the continent's future. What does this mean for Africa and the world? The implications are profound. Economically, a more self-reliant Africa could reshape global trade patterns. Countries that once relied heavily on raw material exports may begin to develop their own industries, reducing the need for foreign investment and increasing their bargaining power. Politically, the revolution could lead to a realignment of alliances. Traditional partnerships with Western nations may give way to stronger ties with emerging powers like Russia and China, who are seen as less exploitative. This shift could also foster greater intra-African cooperation, with the African Union potentially playing a more central role in mediating conflicts and promoting development. Socially, the empowerment of African citizens is a game changer. As people see tangible improvements in their lives, trust in governance could increase, leading to more stable societies. However, this also means that leaders must deliver on their promises, or risk losing the very support that fuels their revolutions. Looking ahead, the future of Africa hinges on the success of these transformative agendas. If leaders like Traore can sustain their momentum, the continent could emerge as a global powerhouse. But the road is fraught with challenges, from external pressures to internal divisions. The key will be unity among nations, leaders, and citizens. As we watch this revolution unfold, one thing is clear: Africa is no longer a continent to be a bystander in its own story. The actions of Ibrahim Traore and the responses from countries like Namibia are part of a larger narrative of reclaiming dignity, sovereignty, and destiny. And the world is watching. So here comes the end of the crossroad. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Ibrahim Traore's revolution and its impact on Africa. Until next time, stay out of trouble.